Take your dealership to the next level with the strongest team in automotive media. Over 8 million total video views and over 4 billion total impressions. CBT News, dealers' most trusted source for news, content, and analysis. Welcome to CBT News with Cheyenne Malone.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well on this terrific Thursday. I'm Cheyenne Malone. Welcome back to CBT News. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
The United Auto Workers Union has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for U.S. President, potentially boosting her campaign in the crucial swing state of Michigan. UAW President Shawn Fain praised Harris's commitment to the working class and her stance against corporate greed. This endorsement follows the union's support for President Joe Biden before he withdrew from the race on July 21st. Harris is expected to rally with UAW members in Detroit on August 7th. The UAW's endorsement, significant due to its 370,000 members, underscores her record of supporting labor, including walking the picket line with striking auto workers in 2019. The union's decision comes amid criticism of former President Donald Trump and ongoing political dynamics in Michigan. BMW's core automotive segment reported a lower than expected profit margin for the second quarter. This was due to increased competition and weaker demand in China. The company's sales in China declined by 4% in the first half of the year. However, BMW anticipates that economic conditions will stabilize in the third quarter. Despite these challenges, BMW's electric vehicle segment experienced robust growth, with 25% increase in sales of all electric models, amounting to over 190,000 units in the first half of 2024. BMW is maintaining its full-year guidance, forecasting an 8 to 10% margin in its car segment, assuming there are no significant geopolitical or microeconomic downturns. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is grappling with a potentially massive recall affecting 49 million vehicles from 13 manufacturers due to airbag inflators that can explode and send shrapnel into the vehicle's interior. These inflators, designed by ARC, have been linked to at least 7 injuries and 2 deaths in the US and Canada since 2009. NHTSA's investigation revealed that insufficient weld or excessive pressure caused these inflators to rupture. While automakers argue that a safety defect has not been proven, NHTSA insists that all affected inflators are at risk. Despite ARC's refusal to issue a full recall, NHTSA is collecting public comments before making a final decision, potentially leading to legal action to enforce the recall. During its July meeting, the Federal Reserve decided to maintain its benchmark interest rate between 5.25% and 5.5%. This decision aims to control future inflation while keeping interest rates high for financial purchases such as vehicles. As a result, auto loan rates have remained elevated. The central bank emphasized the need for greater confidence in inflation, moving towards the 2% target before reducing borrowing costs. Inflation rates in June showed a year-over-year rise of 2.5% in the Fed's preferred index and a 3% in the consumer price index. However, according to Cox Automotive senior economist, higher interest rates push consumers towards smaller, more affordable vehicles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Jim Appleton, the president of NJ Car, to discuss how the state is phasing out new gas-powered cars by 2035.
Take your dealership to the next level with the strongest team in automotive media. Over 8 million total video views and over 4 billion total impressions. CBT News, dealers' most trusted source for news, content, and analysis.
We were talking before we got recording here today, talked a little bit about some of the OEMs and what, some of the demands that they made on dealers, more specifically on the Ford side. They came out a couple of years ago and said, hey, it shall be this way or you will not be selling EVs, which got, not just Ford dealers, but the entire industry, I think, upset. But specifically, Ford dealers had to make some huge investments. And now it looks like they're recoiling all of that, saying, oops, maybe we did too much too fast, and required our dealer body to jump in with big investments. And where does that stand? What kind of feedback are you getting from dealers, and what's the future of that?
Look, I mean, before we start trashing the OEMs, let's trash government.
That's always fun. Who doesn't like to do that?
Yeah, no, but seriously, this whole EV transition is being driven by government mandates, both in Washington and in Sacramento.
Yeah.
As you're aware, there are kind of two sets of EV requirements out there. One is we operate in New Jersey under the California Air Resources Board rules.
Right.
And they have set very specific, very high mandates for EV adoption in the state. And then you have the rest of the country, which operates under the new Biden administration EV and clean air proposals, which, while they provide more flexibility in how the OEMs will reach their clean car goals, they are still very difficult for the OEMs to manage.
Well, that does it for us today. But remember, it is easy to stay up to date with the most recent news and trends influencing the retail automotive industry. All you have to do is follow us. We're on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm Cheyenne Malone. Thanks so much for watching. You have a good one.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content.